Minecraft 1.8 is officially released, and we are kicking off today's video by doing a little bit of fishing together. Figured I'd get us started with this video after a couple week break, just doing something a little chill. I have heard that you can get the brand new bamboo item, which allows you to craft up scaffolding. I've heard you can get that by fishing. So, we're gonna fish for a little bit. Let me tell you where I have been. It's been a couple of weeks. I think it was about a week ago that I put out a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. If you haven't seen that yet, be sure to check it out. It's a game that I am going to start playing a little bit more consistently on the channel, something I'm enjoying personally and really enjoy creating that content. So go check it out. There'll be a lot more of that on the channel as we progress forward. But where have I been? Christmas. Christmas is coming, but it is a very, very busy time of year for me. So we celebrate Christmas with our extended family back home in Indiana, where I used to live a long time ago. It's been about 4.5 years, maybe 4 years? 4 years or so since I lived in Indiana. So we went back home to see a bunch of family, and it was a lot of fun. So we were there for about a week, so I wasn't really creating content while I was there. And then when we got home, both of our kids got the flu, and shortly thereafter, my wife got the flu, and I got some flu-like symptoms, but not full-blown flu like they did. But it was a rough landing, a rough ending to our vacation. But that's where I've been. Vacation, everybody's been sick. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So let me keep fishing here for a few minutes, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. Hopefully we'll be able to get some bamboo shortly here. We'll see. Well, I went back and reread the article about bamboo, and apparently you can only fish it out in jungle biomes. So jungles are the only place that you can find this stuff. You can find it naturally. I'm not sure if the bug is still in the game that you can't find it naturally. I have not checked into that myself. That might have been a bug just for the beta. But I know you can fish it out in jungles now. So we are not going to be able to get bamboo today. Maybe in the next episode we will go seeking out some pandas, some cats, some bamboo, all the new stuff that's been released. Yeah, but for now, we're going to work on this little project just to get us back into the swing of things, and I've gotten some feedback recently that I kind of want to discuss as we are working throughout the day here. But here is what we are working on. If you watched the trailer to this series, The Expanse, you noticed that there were some very bright, colorful, alien-looking, floating plant life objects in the sky. That was a mouthful. So we are going to be recreating those, and there were only 2 of them in the trailer, and we're going to make 2 of them today, but over the course of this series, I imagine that this place will be filled with those very bright, colorful alien plant things, and I don't have a name for them, because I have no idea what they're called, but they kind of look like jellyfish, so maybe we'll call them Jellyfish Plants. That sounds pretty good. So we're going to make a couple of jellyfish plants today. And I'm starting out with cobblestone, super ugly, because, track with me here, we're going to be using coral blocks to make these. Now, if I started placing down the coral without doing this first, all of the coral would die, because they cannot survive outside of water. So you're saying to yourself, BluJay, how in the world are you going to accomplish this? Hang tight. That will be here in just a minute. Once we get the structure all planned out, we're gonna do some magic to make those things stay alive. It's not too tricky, it's pretty simple. I don't think I explained it in any videos after I made that initial trailer, but it's actually pretty simple. You can see I'm building a basic structure here just to get the shape, and I'm leaving the interior hollow, and you can probably guess what we're gonna do with the interior. So, let me keep working on this. I'm gonna get the basic shape, see if I can get something that I'm happy with. Because I'm actually just doing this from memory. I'm not looking at any models right now. I'm just kind of, winging it, seeing what comes out. And I'll be right back with you guys in just a few minutes. It's not looking too bad so far. Got the first little bit there. Let me keep working. We'll get this all figured out, and then we will move on to the next step. That is not looking too bad, guys. That is the shape that I'm going for. Kind of looks jellyfish-like, sort of, without all the tentacles. So, let's jump on back up here, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. Like I said, I left the interior of this hollow. Let's dig a few of these out, and we'll jump on down in here. So, I've got a couple of buckets of water. We need to put down an infinite water source, so there we go. We're going to fill this entire thing with water. Every single block has to have a contact point with the water. If it does not, the coral will die within a few seconds of being placed down. So we want to try to avoid that because coral is pretty precious. It's very difficult to mine, especially if you don't have potions and enchanted gear, which right now we really don't. We have one enchanted pickaxe, don't really have a ton of potions. So we want to be careful and not waste our resources here. So this is pretty simple. Once we get up to the top, just like we're doing right now, the blocks that we're going to place down on top will technically still be touching the water because they are sitting right on top of the water. So that will hopefully, unless the game mechanics have changed, which I don't know why they would, that should hopefully work because this worked when we did the trailer. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited to see how this turns out in the actual environment of this world. So the water is actually done, I think. Yeah, I don't see any more water flow issues going on. All of them are source blocks now, so we will button this back up just temporarily. And where is our little pillar? Where did I put it? Hello? Seem to have lost a pillar. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so we're going to jump on down. We're going to go over to our blue box, our project box that we are going to start using consistently. This will hold all of our resources for the current build or project that we are working on. So let's grab some blue supplies first. We've got blue coral, and we've got blue wool, and we've got some blue stained glass, and we've got, let's go ahead and grab some of these end rods. And that should be enough to get us going with this first little jellyfish plant thing. So let's chat for a few minutes while we are working on this together. Some feedback that I've got recently from the comment section, and I can't remember if I talked about this in the last video, so forgive me if I did. I know I posted something about it on Twitter, but I do want to make sure that I am covering all bases here and communicating and all that stuff. So one comment that I got that I thought was really helpful and good feedback was basically, and I guess this can kind of serve as the comment question of the day, and we're actually not going to have one because I'm not going to have time to go look for a good comment because I'm running behind. Anyway, back to the conversation. I've gotten some feedback that maybe some of you guys might feel like I've lost some of my originality. Season 1 was totally made up. It was my own ideas, my own designs. Season 2 with the Reverb Outpost was based off of Star Wars, and some of you guys liked it. Some of you were like, it's okay, but you were here for the content. And then we've kind of gone in that same route with this season, and the Expanse is much more expansive. A play on words there. It's much more expansive than just this base. It is going to be multiple bases, multiple locations, but the one we are starting with right here is based off of the movie Avatar by James Cameron. So the thought was, you're doing stuff based off of movies, you're not coming up with your own ideas, it's just kind of recreating a movie set, and I think that has some validity to it. So my question for you guys, do you agree with that? Do you think that this kind of content is boring? Because based off of the view counts on my channel, the channel has been pretty steadily declining in views over the last 6 months or so. So I want to create content that you guys are interested in, that you are enjoying. And again, it's not solely based off of views, but there is some legitimacy to gauging the health of a channel on whether people are watching your content or not. So when I used to get a certain amount of views, then, you know, now that I'm not getting that same amount of views, it is a little telling that maybe you guys are getting bored with this type of content and that we might need to move on to something else. Or just scale back how much we're working on this world and try to work on some other things. Hence why I'm doing some Galaxy Heroes content, because it will bring in a whole new group of community members, and it's a game that I really enjoy, something that I can get behind, and has a lot of longevity to it, just like Minecraft. And no, please, oh, goodness. See, this is what happens when you're not totally focused. You place down coral blocks where they shouldn't go, and we've lost one piece of coral to the dry elements. So that's okay. But I want to get your feedback on that. Again, I can't remember if I talked about this in the last episode or not, so we won't drag this out too much, but I do want to get your opinions. Would you like to see some more originality and just me coming up with stuff? Would that keep your attention longer than rebuilding something based off of a movie set? Give me some feedback on how you guys are feeling about the content. I want to make stuff that you guys are interested in and that I love, producing and all of that. But yeah, give me that feedback in the comment section. It would really be helpful to me. The basic structure is all finished up, and now we've got our end rods in hand, and we're just going to start placing them down, and these are going to be like the tentacle type things that are hanging down from the jellyfish plant. And this is the point in time, guys, that I wish I still used shaders, and I wish that, Bedrock Edition had Java Edition quality shaders, because this would look super cool with some shaders. But we're just basically placing these around a little bit randomly. I'm not sure how this is all gonna look when it's done. I don't know if I want to place them on all of them or just keep them random like that. I think, you know what? I think I like that. I don't think I want all of them to be double. We'll keep it random. And then we'll put some random pieces of glass here and there. Some of it will be... Oh, I thought that they fixed that. Some of this will be random. Some will be symmetrical and patterned and all of that. Are you guys still having trouble with the touchscreen bug where your screen flips out and you change directions? I thought that they had fixed that. Oh, by the way, you might notice I've got touchscreen controls again. So rabbit trail after rabbit trail. We are not using the controller, at least for the moment, because you might be able to tell from the widescreen aspect ratio. I have a brand new device. I'm using an iPhone XR. Got it for Black Friday. And, the iPhone 8 Plus is gone. And my controller does not exactly fit very well with this device. It could work if I forced it in there, but I really don't want to damage a brand new phone, so we're just going to probably go back to touchscreen controls for the time being until we can figure out a better solution. But yeah, so what are you guys thinking about this build so far? Let me... where's my pillar? There we go. I always lose track of this thing. Oh! And I guess it doesn't matter because we fall down to the ground. Let's take a quick peek, see how this is looking. The bottom looks great. The top, I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a fan of how symmetrical the top is. It needs to look a little bit more random and natural like the bottom. So I'm going to keep on messing around with this. We'll come back. I'll show you the finished product. And we'll probably build one more of these before the episode is over. I think probably a different color. We had blue and pink in the trailer, so we'll probably use that color. And then we will see where we can go from there. Yep. Looks awesome. Again, would look really, really cool with some shaders. Really wish we had shaders going on this world. And again, I really wish we had some Java Edition quality shaders. Let's go ahead and chop down. I was trying to say tear down, and I mixed it with chop, so it sounded like chop. Let's chop down this tree and get that out of the way, because I think this is where we want to build the next one. And we're going to build these different sizes, different elevations, and see how many of these we can put in this general area. I want the entire area to be flooded with these jellyfish plants, but we'll probably start with 2 because I'm already seeing how many resources these take, and this one's probably going to be twice as big, maybe not twice as big, maybe like a size and a half as big. But this is going to be significantly bigger than the first one that we made, and it's going to take a lot more resources. So, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I am fighting a cold right now. I already mentioned that my entire family had the flu, and I got some flu-like symptoms, but never got the full-on stomach flu like they had. But right now, I am fighting a sore throat, a stuffy nose, the whole sinus infection thing. It is just a terrible time of year for sickness when you have kids, because, they're passing stuff around. You're not getting enough sleep because kids wake up in the middle of the night and they need your help to get back to sleep. And goodness gracious, people just get sick. It's unfortunate, but we are fighting through it. We're having some fun playing some Minecraft, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. A picture I posted on Twitter this morning. We're just kind of talking about some random stuff while we're building this, because you already know what we're doing. We're getting the structure. We're going to put the water in, blah, 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 blah. We'll have another one in no time. Something I was building this morning in a creative world. I was just finding something to do with my 2-year-old son for a couple of minutes, and we built a roller coaster. It was pretty fun. Do you guys think I should build one of those on here? Might be interesting to do. Let me know. we're getting some pretty decent work done. We got to do the detailing just like we did on the blue jellyfish plant. We got a pink jellyfish plant now, and we're going to add some end rods and some stained glass, and it's going to be all sorts of cool when it is done. Slightly different shape on the bottom. I've got a little cross plus sign looking shape for the bottom part of this, and maybe we can put 3 end rods there. Not bad. Let's see how that looks after we add some more in. This is all just going to be kind of random. Don't know exactly what I'm going for here, just for detail. But I'm going to have to wrap this episode up relatively soon because my voice is killing me. So we're going to get this project done. That's all we're going to do today. We're not going to do any other exploring or building or anything like that. But in the next episode, be sure to come back and check it out because we are going to go... I'm just going to call it now. We're going to go find in a jungle. We're going to find a panda. We're going to find a cat somewhere. If I understand correctly, they're at villages now. So we're going to go try to find one of those new cats. And maybe we'll bring one or both home. And then we definitely want to find some bamboo because you see all that cobblestone there? We got to stop that mess. That's going to be a pain to tear down. With some bamboo and some scaffolding, you break the bottom block and the whole thing comes tumbling down and you don't have to waste your pickaxe or anything like that on all of the blocks. So, that is what we are going to be doing in the next episode. Man, I can't wait for that scaffolding. It looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, even with the scaffolding, this is still going to be a thing. Running around, picking up all of your blocks that have scattered on the floor, but let's run back here and check out our finished build. Look at that. We've got 2 jellyfish plants floating in the sky, and it is starting to make this place a little bit more unique. It's looking less and less like a standard like wilderness kind of build, and it's looking more sci-fi and interesting. So I hope this is going to bring some inspiration to you guys, and I hope this helps some of the creativity issues that maybe some of you are having with some of my content. Like, you guys might think that I've lost some originality, and if you have, that's okay. I'm not offended by that. I want to hear that feedback because it's going to help me to be a better content creator. It's going to help me to bring out videos that you guys enjoy more. So leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know how you enjoyed this episode, what you liked, what you didn't like, and we will see you in the next one. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.